What's up, guys? Shadow Rockstar here, doing another Star Realms replay, and got a good old-fashioned, straightforward, make a plan, commit to the plan game here against Kreusfel. Um, but you're really gonna enjoy it, I hope, and just gonna show you a line that wins a lot of the time. This is one of those games where this is how most of your games should go, and this is what gets you those wins and racks up those wins. Okay, here we go. Let's check it out. All right, so very first turn, he's going to go Star Barge and probably go Explorer is my guess. Seeing as how there's a Peacekeeper and Heavy Cruiser out there, I like the idea of getting more trade. I could also see the idea of getting Swarmer to potentially try to kill those things and take them away. And as the first player, Swarmer becomes stronger because you're more likely to get it first and you're more likely to get rid of those cards first. So the question is, do you want to control the trade row or do you want to try to utilize the trade row? And I think going Star Barge Explorer is a little bit better because trade row control is not quite as good as just getting those big cards and getting your deck moving, right? It's a little bit of a slower tactic. And if you are going to go slower, you're going to want to have more healing, more defense, more options available for you to extend the game. And since those aren't really out there, going for the trade, going for the Peacekeeper, going for the Heavy Cruiser, that should be the plan. Nice. An argument could be made to pick up the Stellar Reef. The likelihood of me getting enough damage to kill it is pretty low. It could stay out there longer. Yeah, no. You already picked up a Star Barge. You have to trade. But I think the presence of the Peacekeeper makes the Explorer a better play because that will increase the likelihood that you're going to get the Peacekeeper and only requires 4 cards instead of 5 to get the Peacekeeper. So, Peacekeeper is so good that it's worth tailoring your entire game plan around getting it. So I go ahead and pick up the Stellar Reef. Again, same thinking, right? My thinking is the Stellar Reef will probably live. He picked up a Star Barge and Explorer, so he has no damage. So the likelihood of Stellar Reef staying out there and giving me an extra trade over the course of 2, 3, 4 turns, pretty high. And then my opponent picks a Patrol Cutter. Again, he's trying to maximize his trade. He's looking to get that Peacekeeper, that Heavy Cruiser. I would also get the Swarmer here if it comes out. Oh. Excuse me. So he forgoes the Swarmer. I think this is a mistake. And it's a mistake for all the reasons that I listed earlier. The ability to get the Peacekeeper, you want to maximize. But then the ability to not allow my opponent to get Heavy Cruiser should also come into play. That should also be a thought. And Swarmer gives you a chance to keep it away. Or, if not the Heavy Cruiser, other large good cards. The other thing is, by getting the Swarmer, you force your opponent to pick up the Predator. Because he can't let you get that card. Which means he might forego getting one of the 5-drops. But if he does go for the 5-drop, you can get the Predator, and now you have a nice little combo. So what it does is it's one of those things where it puts your opponent into a shitty situation, right? It forces your opponent to make the best of 2 mediocre choices. So I think by not getting the Swarmer, he didn't put me in a bad position. So, of course, I'm getting the Swarmer, and then I'm getting the Predator, because now I got that combo, and it's my second turn, so there's no way I have 5. That's the other reason to get the Swarmer, too, right? And 4 trade. Oh, that is bad. That's actually really unlucky. If he gets one more Scout, he gets Heavy Cruiser. If he gets another Scout, he gets Peacekeeper. If he gets an Explorer instead of a Viper... Wow, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, and that gives me a chance to get rid of the Peacekeeper, too. But I like these purchases, you know. He's only got 4 trade. He picks up the Trade Hauler to give himself more trade. He gets a Lancer, which gives him damage. Good. These are all solid plays. He's got to start building his deck now, right? He's got enough. He's got plenty of trade. He needs to start acquiring some damage. He needs to start trying to win the game. And so I like both of these purchases. So here's a weird play. I scrapped the heavy cruiser mostly because I assume he's not going to have 6 this turn. And quite honestly, I'm getting a little greedy and thinking that I can get the Peacekeeper myself. But this is absolutely a mistake. I should be getting rid of the Peacekeeper. It's more okay for him to have Heavy Cruiser than it is for him to have Peacekeeper. He's got a lot of blues. The likelihood of him getting the Peacekeeper and drawing with the Peacekeeper is very big. And if I allow him to do that, that's a mistake. That's a huge mistake. Heavy Cruiser doesn't even combo. Well, okay, he's got a yellow, so theoretically it does combo. But I should be way more afraid of the potential of Peacekeeper than I should be of the potential Heavy Cruiser. So this is an absolute mistake on my part. And if my opponent does get Peacekeeper, might cost me the game. So I only have 3 trade. I pick a Patrol Cutter, keeping blues away. This is a obvious play. Gives me more trade, gives me some damage. And then look, boom. Very next turn, punished. He gets Peacekeeper. Wow. See? It's a mistake. So now that I know my opponent is mostly blues, mostly healing with a Peacekeeper, I think my only route to victory now is to try to go aggro. And Convoy Bot's there, so let's get that. Let's start scrapping and let's go. The problem is Plasma Vent is out there. He might snag that. Colony Seed Ship is out there. He might snag that. Solar Skeef is out there. He might snag that. There's a lot of cards that benefit him. So even if aggro might be the play that has the best percentages, it's very likely not to work. Like, I usually would estimate my chances of winning a game like this at about 35-40%. I think it's closer to 25-20%, but it's still the best option, right? Trying to go base healing is not going to work because he's already got that. He's got a huge edge there. So maybe going efficient, trying to scrap and also heal. But again, he's got the healing edge on me. He's got the trade edge on me. He'll be able to get bigger cards. I'm not going to win that game, right? The only route I have, the only like higher percentage chance to win is to go aggro. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Snag that Convoy Bot. Let's go. All right. So our hand is face up, right? Our plan is face up. We're just going to go aggro. We're going to scrap. We're going to try to kill him now. That's the plan. And so he should be doing everything he can to delay the game. Get bases, get healing, get scrap, delay the game, play the long game, and then just set up a wall. That's his plan, right? Oh, fuck. That's horrible. And he draws and heals. Oh, see, and now he's getting damage and scrap like a smart player would. Oh, no, this is bad. This is very bad. But we luck out a little bit and we snag Plasma Vent. So that's going to help. That's going to help. Now he has to kill Plasma Vent, but Stellar Reef lives. He gets damage. He gets... I don't know why he got... Oh, Solar Skeef. Solar Skeef is fine. Again, it pairs with the Peacekeeper. Potentially gives him 2 draws. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. This is a good play. So we're gonna grab... Yeah. We're going to grab Warning Beacon. We're going to scrap our scouts. We're just going to keep shooting them in the face as much as we can here. So we get a little lucky here. Stellar Reef continues to live. It gives us a little bit of extra damage. We scrap Loyal Colony. Obviously, Loyal Colony is good for his deck. We're going to grab... See? And then we're grabbing Convoy Bot. We're grabbing Ravagers. Red and greens. Red and greens is all we're doing. We're just trying to go aggressive and trying to kill him just before he kills us. But we're doing pretty good. He's actually down to 27. This is manageable, right? Peacekeeper's going to give him another 6. He might get another 9, but, we can do 30 damage in 2 turns. He scraps. He doesn't kill it again. Look at this. Wow. So we got a shot here. And now it's time to maximize. I think I would have liked scrapping Central Station a little more here. or maybe scrapping the convoy bot again to keep the scrap edge on our side. But this is fine. You know, it's a big card. It's protection. Potentially, it's card draw for him. So you can't really go wrong scrapping any of these three cards. Um, I also think another thing to do here might be to scrap the Stellar Reef, because that'll give us 18. That'll bring him down to single digits, and the likelihood of us getting enough damage to kill him through that is pretty high. We do. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that'll actually brought him down to 7. And oh my goodness, but now we have to discard 2 cards, and he takes us down to 17. Wow, what a turn. Oh, and he's back up to 10. And look, now we don't have lethal anymore. Right? We would have had lethal, right? 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. So if he didn't heal, we would have had lethal. But the likelihood of him not healing was pretty low. He had a ton of healing cards and a ton of blue. So we just kind of got to hope for the best now. He absolutely has the potential to deal 17 damage in a turn. So we just need him to not deal 17. 19 cards. His deck is kind of big. We got a pretty good shot of not dying here. Oh, but then he heals out of range. Oh no. Oh, we had him. Draw bad one time. Draw bad one time. 6 health. Draw bad one time. Oh, wow. It worked. It worked. Whew. That was lucky. That was really lucky. Um, so, you know, the key to this game really was, 1, definitely got lucky. But 2, realizing that there was only one way for us to win, and going every possible purchase, every possible play towards that goal. And we won. We got very lucky. Like I said, I estimated probably 25% chance to win. Um, but you got to play to your outs, right? Even if you think you're probably going to lose, there's a way to steal a victory. There's a way to sneak in a win. And if you can find that way, then you got to try for it. It might not work. In fact, most of the time it won't. But you'll end up picking up a lot of games that you wouldn't normally get. And that's how you build your win percentage and get it higher and higher and higher, right? You start winning games that you shouldn't. You start winning games where you're behind. You start winning games where you get unlucky initially. That's how you start creeping over that 50% and getting up into the 55s, 56s, 57s, 60s, right? And, you know, games like this, just kind of deciding to go aggro. Aggro is usually a good decision, right? Like, it's going to win a lot of games. And it should be your kind of like initial game plan most of the time. Like most of the times just be, all right, I'm just going to go, I'm going to be aggressive, I'm going to put the pressure on, I'm going to attack my opponent. Like that should be your game plan. The reason you would alter it is if your opponent does things to change that, to make that less viable, or you see better paths to go. But for the most part, being aggressive is going to win you a lot of games. So that's it for this week's Star Realms replay. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time.